Now, going over to the Culture Prod podcast, you have the Apalachee shooter turned out to be trans and on the FBI watch list. Now, probably one of the most accurate profiles on the X Twitter. This X Twitter profile is called Everything Georgia. Makes sense because that's where the incident took place. Now, they say, and this was when viral, say at least got 21.2 million views and 25,000 likes. And they say, quote, breaking, the mugshot of Colt Gray, the 14-year-old Apalachee High School shooting suspect. And yeah, it's probably, I'm not sure about this individual's medical history, but yeah, very long hair, to say the least. Here's the top comments. And again, at 0.4 million views. One of the first ones comes from Angelica Reed, say, quote, maybe don't make the shooters' names and public faces since that's what many of them want. There's some truth to that. They got 365 likes, and yeah, one of those instances where, very similar to major sports balls, there used to be a thing where people would run onto the field without any clothes on because they knew the announcers would, they would continue to film. Well, I guess they don't use film these days. They would continue to record SSDs, and they would actually make the people infamous. They'd put them on to talk about ESPN and be immortalized. So yeah, I absolutely understand, and going forward, I'll probably refrain from using this individual's name. Just refer to them as the Apalachee shooter or his father when in context. But yeah, I think that is I don't think it's the number one contributing factor of why these incidents keep happening. I think it's mainly issues with the family life, and especially the parents, usually broken family or abusive family. I think that's the greatest individual singular variable in this equation, so to say. But yeah, I absolutely agree. This is one that should be easier to eliminate in terms of kind of culturally speaking. What do we want our news offices to say? And yeah, I think less repeating of the name, I think that's probably a healthier option for that very reason. Someone by the name of Gabby saying, why is his face blocked on Twitter search, getting 3.5 thousand likes, which, is it? I wonder what happens if I just try that. It's not on me, or it's not on my end. Yeah, because when I search, I see... Yeah, I see all the results as normal. So I'm not sure. Again, that comment did get 3.5 thousand likes. Ruby Renkini says, so did they get him Burger King or Chick-fil-A? Getting 5,000 likes. I don't get it. Must be a pop culture reference. I eluded me. King Chun says death penalty IDGAF anymore. He knows what he's doing. Getting 4.5 thousand likes. Giuliani says they always look the same. Getting 5.3 thousand likes. Scrolling down more and more. Brandon says, well, getting 351 likes. Let's see here. Can't. Well, the individual's profile name on X Twitter is Chinese characters. I can't read those, but their handle is Lavender Beauty, saying, quote, watch them say he's trans because he has long hair. Watch. Getting 1.2 thousand likes, which, spoiler, again, this is allegedly from the other social media instances with this individual. That's what everyone is saying. That's what it certainly seems like. Margaret Grayburn says he must be charged as an adult, getting 169 likes, which in this case, yeah, I think absolutely. I don't know if he will, but absolutely should. He's definitely in one of the clips where the judge reads him his rights and he explains the situation. He does give soulless, clear, coherent answers. It doesn't sound remorseful at all, but he does understand the situation. He knows what's going on. He's well aware of everything, and given the circumstances, it is certainly premeditated. So I think in terms of being tried as adult, yeah, I think given the circumstances, yeah, I think he will, or he should. Just Peachy Liberty says, quote, it's always the ones that you least expect, 442 likes. I don't know about that. E-Man says, I've never seen a school shooter that doesn't look way off. Why do they all look like they would do something like this? Getting 924 likes. On terms of the FBI, going to that post, this comes to us thanks to Shadow of Arizona, saying, quote, after the FBI confirmed that the Apalachee shooter in Georgia had been monitored, visited, and questioned by agents in 2023, his neighbor revealed that he hadn't seen much of him in the area until the day of the shooting. Interestingly, his siblings were around, but he remained out of sight. We're now being told his mother, reportedly a former addict, was arrested on drug charges just last November. His father, who endured a lifetime of abuse at the hands of his own parents, is now separated from the individual's mother. The only known image of him shown on the right dates back to his childhood. No recent photos of him are currently available. Unquote. Which is one of the most suspicious, unusual things. I mean, not having a picture, especially in the era of social media. I mean, the saturation rate of social media, it seems like darn near everyone is on it these days. Granted, I know it's not literally everyone, but even the folks who are not on social media still get pictures of them taken with family or friends outings. And yeah, again, these are allegations of parents. Given the situation, I would not be surprised if the parents were they themselves were abused, which very heartbreaking. More often than not, that seems to be translated, and the cycle repeats itself. It takes someone with a lot of strength to break that cycle. I'm proud to say I have a few people in my life who were able to break that cycle successfully, and it's a tremendous individual, spiritual, and it's a battle. And yeah, I would guess, given the circumstances, perhaps the father was also abusive to the child. Again, with the drugs in the home, that's never good. And I'm actually surprised, given the circumstances. Again, he's reportedly a former addict. I'm surprised if it was in fact. Again, we might find out if it's in fact in the future. But I would also be wondering why the child was not taken away, or why the community didn't come together. Very interesting. There's that one individual of him with a cat, and at the time, again, this is years ago. The picture looks relatively normal, and this is an interview. Well, this interview is being conducted by the interviewer name of being Cody Alcorn, who's a reporter in Georgia. This is interviewing the neighbor. Let me maximize that on the screen really quick. Hear what they have to say. And apologies, I can't make out the logo of the actual news network that is reporting on this for the original interview. If it does come up, if the view expands, though, I will let it be known.
Here at the home where he lived with his father and two younger siblings. This house right here along Harrison Mill Road is only about 6 miles from Apalachee High School. Now, until today, the neighbor directly across the street never even knew a teenager lived at this home, only seen his two younger siblings around, but never Colt Gray until this morning.
He had on jeans, a dark or black zip-up hoodie with the hood up, and a black backpack. I don't know. I just felt odd. So hours later, this starts unfolding, and then my grandson sends me a picture that's one of the students at Apalachee snapped of the shooter when he had his gun in his hand. And he said, "Gigi, is this who you saw?" And that was the boy.
This just hours ago, the FBI confirming Colt Gray was flagged by their National Threat Operations Center last year, accused of making online threats tied to shooting up a high school. The FBI says the Jackson County Sheriff's Office tracked those threats down to Colt Gray. They went to his home, spoke to his father and to Colt as well. Now, his father told them these were his hunting guns and that Colt never had unsupervised access to these guns. Colt also denying making those threats online. Here.
Now, it's interesting contradictory reporting. So again, this is just on X Twitter. Some people are alleging that the father gave the son a firearm as a gift when he was 14 years old. Now, it's went not as viral as the previous segment, but they got 175,000 views and 1.4 thousand likes. And one of the first comments comes from Beneath the Headlines, who says, quote, "Is it the smoking gun we know? Is this the smoking gun we need to prove the FBI activates these shooters? Someone posted that the FBI was in contact with him over 100 times. It's very similar to Thomas Matthew Brooks, where there's no recent photos of him. Does any of this seem odd?" Yeah, it does. Getting 411 likes, and that was the individual who famously attempted to assassinate Trump, who also no recent photos and had, communications with the FBI multiple times. Very unusual. Yeah, the FBI, well, most government entities don't have a pretty track record. Someone by the name of Fight says, quote, "I found it odd, too. The only picture circulated Crooks was an old, dated photo, nothing recent." As the picture says, what we know about the Trump attacker. That's a picture from when he was in high school in 2022. Got 137 likes. GettingTrumpNow.com says, "Just like Crooks, any social media out there, the whole thing stinks." Getting 146 likes. Joshua Ewan says, "Translation. This false flag operation was manufactured. These people are desperate. Their opinions have been trimmed down to almost nothing. It appears like Jason Bourne-like figures have been eliminated, and now only left using children who comes from broken homes. You can't make this up anymore. Worse. I can't make it any worse. Desperation leads to stupidity. We are witnessing it now. We need Trump back soon. 117 likes. I should probably say allegedly for that comment. JB Hassenfester says, if you think for a second this wasn't allowed to happen, you haven't been paying attention. 179 likes. DC Truth Teller says, taken for the MK Ultra programming, question mark. Says yet another Harris Biden false flag operations. Saying 86 likes. Neo says, quote, and just like that, the nation's attention is diverted from Tampon Tim's car accidents and stolen valor, Kamala's failures, her awful interview, lack of interviews and policies, and less than 2 months before the election, this will dominate the news cycle for at least a week. 90 likes. Yeah, if not more, as this has become a political issue with politicians saying we need to take guns away from folks, and that'll solve everything. Historically speaking, granted, I know thanks to the public school system in the United States, you have 32-year low ACT scores. Great job, teachers unions, by the way. But yeah, historically speaking, for those who actually read a history book, yeah, over 100 million people have died from gun confiscation in history, and when the government takes over, yeah, not good. Now, yeah, Bon Kwai says, how does the FBI aware of him if he had no social media? Getting 31 likes. Let's see. Any contrarian comments here? TheLight.org says, quote, typical circumstances that set the stage to compromise the family to force the child through trauma, getting 45 likes. Theodore says, quote, another MK Ultra candidate, no surprise here, getting 27 likes. Darren Foster simply says, red flag, like 7 times, getting 7 likes. Let's see. Millions for Truth says MK Ultra getting 23 likes. Let's see, a lot of people bring that. Again, I'm not sure if this is a screenshot. This screenshot is, oh, I see here. Okay, yeah, this is a satire account. That's why, yeah, one that people say, I think Extra gets more critique than any other social media website. People saying it's inaccurate, but again, this is a great example of it actually adding content, or the readers adding extended content to the image. So someone actually did a screenshot, now we know it's a Photoshop apparently, of this individual, and it says Kamala 24 and all MAGAs. It's she, her, they, trans pride. Again, the readers added context, said, quote, this account is wrong, is a satire account. The photo is AI generated. Getting 3 likes. I'll make it 4 likes. Paul Hunter has a cliche Simpsons thing where everyone wants Bart to say the famous thing, and they say the line, and then Bart says the FBI knew the shooter before it happened, and they all cheer. Got 2 likes, which they say that a lot. I say, can't help but think, make how much money, how well do they really perform at the end of the day? Let's see. It'll be interesting to see how this development plays out and how much more we learn about this individual. And now we know, it's on the FBI's watch list, and they even interviewed this individual before. And there's a lot of conspiracy theories. I'm not sure how to call them alleged conspiracy theories, although a lot of people just say there's a precursor to reality these days. But let me know in the comments. Do you think this was intentional? Again, we don't have any hard evidence yet of this. Again, it's a very fluid situation. We're getting more and more details. But let me know in the comments, because as always, I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.